Good morning, everyone. So glad you could be with me for morning musings. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma. Just appreciate you being with me. Hope you're having a good cup of coffee this morning. I'm on about my second or third cup here already. And I'm in the process of answering some questions that some of you have sent to me. And just appreciate that, okay? I appreciate your feedback. Agree or disagree, I love to hear from you. One of the questions that I've been dealing with over the last couple of sessions here is what difference does it make? If Christ came, if he didn't come, I mean, why all this, hoopla over whether Christ came in the first century or whether he's coming? Well, look, both can't be true, right? I mean, you can't say that, yes, he came for the final time in AD 70, or he's coming again for the final time 2,000 years or 3,000 or 4,000 years later. Both of those can't be true. I mean, right? His coming, judgment, and resurrection was either in the first century, that eschatological, i.e. final coming of the Lord, was in AD 70, or, it's in the future. So, yeah, it matters just from a factual perspective. But I want you to think with me here. It's so important that we be able to demonstrate who Jesus is, to vindicate him in his claims. After all, Moses said, if a man makes false prophecy, he's not a prophet. He's not to be feared. Deuteronomy 18, of course. Well, Jesus made a really, really remarkable claim. In a time of peace, Jesus was standing in the temple, and he said, "This house is left desolate." Then immediately walking out of the temple, his disciples began to show him the stones, and he said, "The time is coming in which not one stone will be left standing on top of another." Now I got to tell you, that was an absolutely incredibly remarkable prophecy. Israel was essentially at peace at the time. So for Jesus to say, this temple is going to be completely razed, leveled to the ground, is an incredible statement. After all, this isn't like the National Enquirer saying, oh, the price of bread will be $1.50 next year. No. This was an incredible prediction. So the deity of Jesus, his identity as the prophet of God, if you please, hangs in the balance. It's really, really sad to me that the modern evangelical Christian community has completely lost an awareness of the importance of the fall of Jerusalem. Now that's changing. That's changing, I'm grateful to say. But I want you to notice something. In Jesus' prediction of the fall of Jerusalem, and I know my dispensational friends don't believe this, but I'm not going to address that at this point. But in his prediction of the fall of Jerusalem, Jesus described that in this highly metaphoric, apocalyptic manner. And in Matthew 24:30, he said this, "Then the sign of the Son of Man in heaven shall appear in the sky," or in the heavens. Now, there's a tremendous amount of misunderstanding about this, but I'll be brief. The force of the Greek text here is this. When the events that I have just foretold come to pass, this will be a sign that the Son of Man is in the heavens. In other words, it will be a sign that Jesus is the Son of God. The language, the Greek text, is not saying, and this is why it's so sad, because many people say, oh, there was no sign. No, that's not the point of the Greek. The point of the Greek is that the events that Jesus foretold, when they came true, would be a sign that he is the Son of God enthroned in the heavens. Jesus was not saying, oh, look up, there's going to be a visible sign up there in the sky. Now, I know Josephus said there was a great star that appeared in the sky. I don't believe that was what Jesus was saying. That's not the force of the Greek. Folks, do you realize what Jesus was saying? Do you catch the power of that? Jesus was saying that the fall of Jerusalem, the attendant events, was going to be the definitive sign. Of course, we already had his resurrection to prove that he is the Son of God. But now Jesus is giving the fall of Jerusalem as the definitive, final sign that he is the Son of God. Now, how important is it that we honor and that we proclaim that ultimate, definitive sign? It's really sad to me that modern evangelical Christianity looks at the fall of Jerusalem and they go, it's just a little localized event. It was important to the Jews. It wasn't important to anybody else. My goodness. Jesus pointed to that event as the sign that he is enthroned in the heavens. How important is this? Hey, thanks for joining me for this morning's musings. We'll see you on the flip side.